we're on location in front of the Farmers Market right here in Kelowna, British Columbia. And we're taking a look at the political rally situation. One of the biggest mistakes that you could make is showing up weak in front of a strong opponent. This is what's happened with the Conservatives. They have a small little contingent of people who are supporting Ron Cannan. However, the Liberals have swamped them. They totally got owned in this situation. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. You have Ron Cannan himself, who's standing in the back there, and then when you're driving by, what do you see? Well, you can see that they stepped up to bat. They made a big difference. Why? Well, the proof is in the pudding. And the proof is... So, I'm standing here and this awesome occurrence happened. Which would be... And amongst all of those Conservatives, we have this man right here with the green sign. So what you doing, man?
Well, I'm just consoling the Conservatives. They've run a big campaign. Unsuccessful, I'm afraid, but big campaign. So they're feeling a little down, and well, we'll see. I'm looking forward to Monday.
I'm looking forward to Monday. Thanks, man. You represent really well. And while the tape's running, it's Lori. Look at Lori. Hi.
What? Monday, ABC.
Yeah, you know it. Voting ABC. It's Radio Free Canada. We're running tape. There goes Lori. Lori's doing the thing because Lori's so cool. Hey there, it's Darren. It's Radio Free. Look who I've got. This is Stephen Fuhr. And he's the Liberal representative. And right now, he's got the largest contingent on the street.
Morning, guys.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's a good thing.
Hey?
We got 48 hours to go, so it's going to take all hands on deck to make this happen, but it can definitely happen in this riding. If everybody comes together, we can get the change that everybody wants.
Okay, everyone wants change too. We've been talking to people. 3 million advanced polls. That was pretty impressive. Now, okay, I'm going to jump right in. Hard question. C-51.
C-51, it's the first thing on our agenda is to amend it and get that bill working the way it should work.
Okay, now how should it work?
Well, it should protect our civil liberties and our privacy and protect us from people that are trying to harm us. That's what that bill should be doing.
Okay, and it's not doing that right now.
It is not doing that right now.
Okay, pipelines.
What do you want to know about pipelines?
How do you stand?
Well, our party is pro-economic development.
Okay.
And pipelines can be done responsibly with the environmental piece done.
Okay.
And the community will, and the First Nations buy-in, and all the people that need to come together to make it happen. Then we're probably going to go down that road. But those things aren't happening now. They need to happen.
Well, that clears that one up now, doesn't it? Okay, tough question too. Ipsos Reid comes out and says you guys are in the front.
Nationally?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've seen some weird things happen, in the short strokes. So it's a good place to be. I mean, polls are polls are polls. When all the polls start saying the same thing, that's you take that. That's not a bad thing.
Okay.
But again, we got to fight right to the end, and we're going to do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then any last cells?
You know what? I think the Liberal Party deserves to win because we have the best plan. The plan really addresses the problems that we have. We have a democratic problem. We have an environmental problem. We have an economy that's stuck, stalled, and technically regressive. And our policies reflect fixing those problems. So, I mean, I think that if you just strip the labels off and just look at three groups of people with three plans, the plan that wins is a Liberal Party plan, and that's why we should win this election.
Nice. There you go. Okay, Monday we're voting. We got it.
Don't forget to vote.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, it's awesome.
How is Ron doing now?
Good job.
Hey there, it's Darren again. I'm standing out on the street right now, and guess who we ran into?
Hi guys, I'm Norah Bowman.
And guess what she's doing? She's standing out here.
Yep, I'm the NDP candidate for Kelowna Lake Country, and I'm thrilled to be out smiling at voters 2 days before the election.
And there's a really good response.
Yeah, we're
Like, holy
excited.
smokes, like we're hearing people honk, they're waving. And, of course, the competition is all over. But this is one of the most hotly contested groups that there is. Kelowna right now is ripe for change, and Norah wants to do it.
That's right.
So how's your response going?
It's been exciting. You know,
Yeah.
we've been out canvassing. We started in April, and we were out again last night.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people saying they're ready for change, and they know that Mulcair is a principled leader. The NDP stands up for people. We voted against C-51. We will repeal C-51, and we are the only one of the big three parties who've said we'll do that.
And the TPP? Have we looked at that?
Yes, I have looked at the TPP, and we are also the only party that's saying if we open that TPP and we see all the details and it's bad for Canadians, we are prepared to walk away. You don't see that from the other big leaders, but I know that Mulcair is a man of principles. To me, that's what being a New Democrat means, right?
Hey.
We know what's right and we stand up for it.
So that's the straight bit. We're voting on Monday. Vote with your conscience. But you know what? C-51 and TPP, that's almost enough to throw the balance scales, and we can see it on a national level. Let's go chase down Ron Cannan, see what he has to say.
How you doing, bud?
Hey, it's Radio Free. Say hi.
How you doing?
So, got a second? Quick question?
We're out on the campaign trail in the last couple of days.
Okay. Young voters
you.
are our target demographic. Not happy with C-51 or not happy with pipelines. What are you going to do?
What is the issue with C-51?
C-51 is opposed by the vast majority of those polled who are under the age of 30, who are the millennials, or just around the age of 30 as millennials. They have a severe problem with C-51, the privacy issues, and the omnibus format that it went through on.
Thank you.
So what would you say to the youth voters?
Happy to meet with them to discuss the specific issues because a lot of misinformation. And in fact, I've had a chance to speak with many young voters, and they have UBC Okanagan students, they have Okanagan college students, they have youth, college and career, they have people of all ages supporting the campaign. Once you have a chance to sit down and discuss the issues with them, find them very intellectual, and they understand the fact that it's very important to protect people's safety as well as their privacy, and it's a balanced piece of legislation.
So our safety our safety's never really been in question in Canada. We've never had a terrorist problem. In fact, we've never really had any military problems until we were involved with this. How can you say that it's a safety issue?
In fact, as I was going to say, October 22nd is coming up, the first anniversary of the shooting in the House of Commons, and I was in the room. The gentleman came down the hallway with shot one of our...
But this is a poverty issue and a mental health issue. It wasn't a terrorism issue. We're not talking about... We're talking about 1 out of 30 million people.
2 days prior to that was also one of our military was killed wearing their uniform in Quebec. So
yeah, so a 0.00009% incident rate in the last decade doesn't constitute a problem. It's an anomaly.
So if you have any specifics on the legislation, I'm happy to talk about it.
Well, that's the specific that I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear.
Legislation. Talk about what piece of legislation is that you don't agree with.
Well, that's the specific legislation, is that the legislation C-51 specifically stands in the way of freedom. It stands in the, and it costs a lot of money to implement. Okay, where's the money going to come from to implement C-51?
It's actually been in place for several months already, and what it is, it provides the information for different agencies to provide communicating between each department. I think the fact that we want to make sure that our enforcement agencies have the resources that are available to keep Canadians safe, and I'm very proud to be a Canadian, and I'm very proud to be the representative for Kelowna Lake Country.
Okay.
And I'm happy to discuss any issues with any of the constituents. Whereabouts do you live?
Doing good, man. So if you take a look around right now, you can see the way that things are going. 3 out of 5 positions within this little altercation are taken up by the Liberals. And 80 people showing up for a Parkinson flag waving, well, that was something too. Very surprising to see the Conservatives out here, but they showed up weak in their own strong riding, and that's got to look really bad. Let's go to the tape. to note here, what happened was there was about 7 people out voting and supporting Ron Cannan, but within an hour they gave up and they're walking away.